Get me to the sun, get me to the sea. Vacation on my mind and I'm feeling so free. 4 cats at home, yeah, they cheering for me. Turn it up, let's get cruise ready. Hey, I'm on a mission now, I'm shedding the weight. Got a cruise on the way and I can't be late. Dancing every day, yeah, sets me free. Feeling strong, feeling proud, this is who I wanna be. Left step, right step, moving with style. I'm working for the sunshine, glowing smile. YouTube on my mind, where I share my ride. Every beat I drop is a win inside. Move with me, vacation's near. Dance it out, let's make it crystal clear. Every beat, every step, I'm living my dream. Oh, I'm getting cruise ready, you know what I mean. Move with me, watch me shine. Ocean waves calling as I reach my prime. This is my time, my shine, my victory. I'm doing something good and I'm doing it for me. Hands up, breathing.
Well, hello, everybody. Good to see you all. Hold on one second. I'm just trying to get the live up on my iPad. I like to be able to have it up because I can't use my emojis here on StreamYard. So I got quite a few people in already. So Lynn is actually going to Spider-Man after dinner. So she is having her 1-year Zepboversary next week. So she's going to do her recap video and then she's going to do a live on August 7th at 4:30 Central Time. So that is 5:30 Eastern. What is that? 2:30 Pacific Time. I'll make sure that I remind everybody later in the video as well. And hey, Tim, happy Thursday to you. And Vicky, how are you? I wanted to go so bad, but I was attending executive banking school down in South Carolina, so I missed it. I would have to say that the conference was probably a lot more fun and interesting. Yeah, I was having a great time at that conference, and getting to meet Dr. Ania was amazing. I'll wait for a few more people to get in before I start carrying on about that. I give you all Southerners a lot of credit. It was humid and hot down there. Yeah, it was. Glad to be back in Connecticut. Yeah, it was pretty humid. Like, I flew into Jacksonville, which is on the coast, and it does tend to get a little bit more humid than Orlando. And it's just, when the wind is not blowing, it's just really stuffy. Oh, yeah, that's me. Sorry. Hey, Sunbon, nice to see you. Oh yeah, this is just a shirt. It's an Amazon and it's a 2X, and I noticed when I put it on today that it's actually getting a little big. Like, it's not getting big in the arm because they have this a little smaller, but I noticed, like, body wise, it's actually getting a little big. Hey, Grace, nice to see you. So many people are asking, well, where's Grace? We know she lives in the area. We didn't see her at the conference. You would have loved it so much. Hey, Jude, nice to see you. Hey, Kim. Oh my gosh. So Kim met me actually. I did a members meetup, and Kim met me at Cheddar's restaurant, and we talked for probably two plus hours and had a great time. And it was so lovely to meet her. And I'm so glad she came to see me. And yeah, it was really great meeting her. Fantastic lady. Hopefully we can do a meetup again sometime in probably it won't be the near future, but in the future. I was actually, I need to get things together, but I was actually thinking of tacking on a group cruise with my group cruise that I'm going on May of 2028. Yes, May 13th of 2028. Because I checked with Vicky from Foodies Vacations and Foodies Travel and Casino Life, and she didn't have any issue with me trying to tack a group cruise onto that. But I am not an event planner, y'all. But if I'm going to do a group cruise where I'm going to take time to, like, do meetups or have, like, where we get like maybe a small, like, conference space to chill and hang out, or get any reserve space on the ship and do extra things like that, then I definitely want to try and get a travel agent to do that. And I have one in mind. Oh, good. I am glad you are doing well. Good to see you, Kevin. Thanks for stopping in. Oh, and looks like Sunbon is using the emojis. That's why I keep my iPad over here so I can see them all. They're so cute. And I was actually thinking of doing little pins with the cat heads. I just got to figure out how to do them. I know the vendor to use, but Lorraine and Christopher from the Downsized, they have ones of their cat Jojo. So if any of you ever watched that and have seen their pins that they have, Lorraine actually gave me hers because she didn't have any extra. So I managed to get Jojo pins, which is really cute. And so I was thinking about doing them for my cats. So they're like a clear acrylic with like the photo on the back. So they're really super, super cute. I did want to share that I took my 8th and final 2.5, graduate to 5 next week. So anybody has advice, let me know. Okay, so we'll give you advice on 5. 5 can sometimes be a little bit rough because it really is kind of like, you're doubling the medication and your body's still not really used to it. So some people do report that they get increased nausea, and then some people do get diarrhea. Just make sure that you're taking your dose. I would take it like either eat before or eat within 30 minutes of taking it. Do not take your dose on an empty stomach right before you go to bed. I know that there's a doctor that someone said that they follow, a chiropractor doctor that recommended taking Zepbound on an empty stomach. No. The medicine was originally designed to control your glucose levels. And it's probably really meant to be taken with food, right? Because if you're going to take it before you go to bed and not have any food coming in and your glucose levels aren't going up, and then you take something that regulates it and then drops it really low. So just be mindful of that and be mindful of you're going up too. So you may have to watch your sugar levels a little bit more, meaning you could start dropping more than you're used to, which could cause the nausea. As well. Too high or too low, either way can cause the nausea. So make sure you have like ginger chews on hand because they have a good amount of sugar in them. And then the ginger itself, if you get real ginger chews that have ginger in them, that it has enough ginger that it will settle your stomach. Yeah, it was great. Oh, look at Anissa with her kitties in the chat. Oh, Anissa, I'm halfway through watching your recent video, but I got stopped in the middle of it. My husband did that last month, Tim, and he had a few issues the first week. Now he's doing fine. Yeah, so just give it time. If you start experiencing symptoms on the GLP-1s, usually within 6 weeks, they're gone. So I know sometimes that can be a long time to put up with symptoms, but just try and manage them the best that you can. So, look around the community, ask people in the community like what works for them. And if your nausea gets too bad and nothing else is working for it, then just reach out to the doctor for some Zofran. Just tell us what cruise, that would be fun. Okay, so the cruise that I'm going on in May 13th of 2028 is World America. No, not World America, World Atlantic. It's a new ship from MSC. And it's going out of Port Canaveral. But just FYI, the one reason why I want to try and do a group and try and get, I have to get a travel agent to contact them and ask them about their group stuff because group cruises on MSC can be a little bit difficult, but they do have like, if I get X amount of people, then my cabin would be free. And to me, like if I'm going to do a group cruise where I'm going to take extra time to hang out with people and maybe miss port excursions or shore excursions and a good bit of my day, then I would at least like to have enough people to on it under me to be able to at least get my room for free. And I know that I know some people are going to take offense to that, but at least that would help compensate like the time that I'm putting into it. So I know that, what was I going to say? I know most cruise lines, it's usually only 10 cabins. So it could be that, by the time we get a year from now, maybe I get 15, 20 people that are going to come, because I'll announce it for both my channels, but I just want to get everything finalized with a travel agent and see if it's actually possible, if MSC actually does give away a free cabin if I get enough people to book. If they don't, then I'll just do it kind of like an on your own, and maybe we'll schedule like 1 or 2 things. But I've heard they're really difficult to work with on the group stuff. Princess is a lot easier. So, oh, well, thank you, Tim. I really appreciate it. I can see it. Hold on. There we go. Can I do this? There we go. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. Awesome advice. Thank you for being so detailed. Thank you for the rest of the responses. Love this community. Get snacks for the kitties on me. Oh, well, thank you so much. Yeah, they eat me out of house and home. Marcia is sitting up there because I fed her a little bit, and now she's pouting and just wants more food. She's going to sit there the whole night. She doesn't usually sit up there. I don't know what her deal is. She's being silly. Okay, so Patty Lynn says, after fighting with my insurance company for 3 months, when they denied my Zepbound, because that's what they do, I was paying before they finally approved the appeal. Oh my gosh, so excited since I was paying $500 for the past 3 months. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm so happy for you. Super congratulations, because I do not have a chance in HE double hockey sticks to ever get approved under insurance to get mine covered, which sucks. Someone told me to use Medicare. Folks, I'm 52. I don't remotely qualify for Medicare. And I think I added it up because I'm trying to, like, I have an HSA account, which I can kind of funnel money through an HSA to get a tax savings on it and then reimburse myself out of the HSA, but I'm kind of out of money in that. But I added it up because I'm keeping a spreadsheet, and I think I have spent $9,400, and I wonder why I'm broke and I don't have any savings left. Yeah, $9,400 since February of 2025. That's a lot of money. That's like half a car. Oh, hey, TT, or TT. Sorry, traveling T. Sorry, T. I don't know why every time I see your name, I want to call you TT. Hold on. I have a hair. Like, I had my hair all messed up. Hey, Vicky. Nice to see you. Yeah, Patty, that's phenomenal. That's amazing. Tim, lots mentioned fatigue with titrations. Don't forget to eat, protect your muscle. Oh, so I'm going to have to do a really good video about the muscle, because we had a really good presentation about muscle, and you guys are not going to like what I have to say. Because it goes against like everything that everybody is promoting about this. Like, that was really the great thing about the obesity conference. It's called the Your Weight Matters Conference by the Your Weight Matters Conference by the Obesity Action Coalition. And really their mission is to prevent weight bias, for education, for helping people find solutions for obesity, for education, lawmaking, all of that good stuff. So they brought in some extremely qualified individuals like PhDs, MDs, to speak with us and go over their areas of specialty. So we did speak to a PhD of, what do you call it? Like, not exercise, but like, I don't know what you call it. I'll have to look it up. But she is a PhD in basically like some fitness and what health to do with like moving your body and all of that good stuff. So not like physical therapy, but like, I guess what a personal trainer would be, but she's got a PhD in it, not just like a license. So Jude says, is there an easy way to prime the quick pen? My husband is taking 5 milligrams from a 10 pen, but I'm not sure if I'm doing it right. I counted 30 clicks, but not sure about priming. Well, priming is really just to remove the air that may be in the tip of the needle and to make sure that it's not clogged before you go to use it. So if you're doing the quick pen and you're doing 30 clicks, what I would recommend is before you do the 30 clicks, you do your first 2 clicks, then you prime it, then you do your 30 clicks. So you're always going to lose a little tiny bit of medication, but that's okay because there's extra medication in the pen. So don't worry about that. I just know that my pen locked after I did it 4 full times, but I did it 4 times at 60 clicks. But if it's working for you to do 30 clicks each, so 30 clicks each 8 times. Now, is he taking it though twice a week, or is he taking 5 milligrams once a week, because my concern there would be that they're well, it says that it can be unrefrigerated for 30 days, and they really don't recommend you using an open pen for more than 30 days. And that just comes down to the number of times you're having to puncture that seal that's then introducing bacteria. Even though those needles are supposed to be sterile, there's always a small concern that you could contaminate the pen. And the more times you puncture it, the more chances that you have of contaminating it. But I did talk to a actual nurse, and they said it is a small risk, but it is a risk, but it's small. So just be mindful of that. Kim says, I would do that. Take before bed and always woke up in the middle of the night nauseous, right? So I did that like the first 3 weeks, and then I'm like, oh, heck to the no. So then I started taking it with my lunch on Friday, and I rarely ever get nauseous from the medication. I notice on 15, I'm getting a little bit nauseous, but I think it's more to do with my insulin resistance, to where I'm getting to a point where I'm getting these weird sugar drops, which is a problem with insulin resistance. So it doesn't happen very often. But it's usually like, what is this? Usually like when I do a good amount of like physical activity, and then I'll get like a huge sugar crash. So, hey, Josie Ann, thanks for popping in. Yeah, absolutely. Get a free room if you can. Yeah. And I hate to be about the money, but if I'm going to spend my time, at least I would love to be able to get some payback out of it. That way I know that like all the group cruises that I've gone on, and even like the Downsized, right? They do their group cruise and they don't pay for their cruise because they have, they're going to cap it at about 100 cabins this time. Which will give them and maybe a couple other people, because they're doing it on Celebrity. And so they may actually get a couple free cabins if they have people coming with them to assist them with the conference or the cruise. So they may get more than one. Understand that. I think it's 8 on MSC. 8? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good then. Like if I can get at least, I think I'll probably try to do 10. See if we can at least get 10 to 15. I don't think in a year's time that should be hard to do. I just know a lot of people are weary about booking with a travel agent. And even I am, like, not because I don't trust travel agents, but because I have control issues. And I'm very knowledgeable at travel. I have been a travel agent I was about 2 years. I worked for Walt Disney Company, and I was a travel agent in their corporate division when I was much younger. But I've always thought about being a travel agent because I would love to be able to go in the back end. And I don't know if you can see on the ships like how booked it is, like what, say for instance, if there's like 700 rooms, like can you see that 500 of the rooms are taken? Because that's what I've always wanted to be able to look at, so I can gauge. And like, because I would have never went on the Icon of the Seas knowing that it was at full capacity. Never. I would never have stepped on foot board that ship knowing there were 3,000 children on board and every single cabin was stuffed full. Makes sense. Time is money. Yeah. Time is money, and I have to be smart about it. Everybody's saying hello. So just FYI, because I am getting a lot more comments than I can get through. If I miss your comment or skip over it, please don't be offended. I'm going to put up what I can, but if everybody's just chattering to each other, I'm going to kind of skip over those. Because also I have a bunch of stuff that I want to go over with the conference, because I honestly, I'm excited for next year's conference, but it's so hard because you're like, oh, I had such a great time. But I know that it probably won't repeat itself next time. But man, the information that they gave, I'm going to go through the agenda with videos. So basically, I'm going to I'm going to kind of do a video series where I'm going to go down each event that I attended and kind of say, okay, well, this is the doctor that spoke, and if I have a photo of them or if I can get a photo of them, and then kind of just give a general overview of what they spoke about and like what it meant to me. Because I tell you, sitting in a room for 2.5 days of meetings, and every single medical professional, PhD, MD, every single person, and the people who run the conference are like, it's not your fault. Here's the proof. Here is the like biological proof that obesity is not your fault. Does obesity cause, does the disease of obesity cause us to be overweight? Yes. Does it cause us to overeat? Yes. And unfortunately, overeating does put on the pounds, but it's our biology driving us to eat. It's driving us to not burn the calories that we ingest. So, and if anybody saw the two interview sessions that the Durhams from the Downsized did with Dr. Ania, she managed to talk for like 80 minutes, and not one single time did she blame her patients for being overweight. Not one single time did she blame them for getting stuck, for not losing weight, for putting on weight. Not one single sentence or word out of her mouth blamed the people that she was treating. And to hear so many people tell you this, it's still kind of hard to absorb, but like, wow, like it just really, I don't know, it just really drives it home how uneducated other people are and how blame and shame. So really the whole theme of the conference was, let's turn the blame and shame into what is it, care and concern, and like oh my god, I'm not even getting that right, but like we have to turn the blame and shame around, and we have to turn it into education. We have to turn it into care for ourselves and getting medical treatment and all of that good stuff. Okay. Oh, I see Kendi K is here. Hey, Kendi K. I see someone saying hey to you, but I don't. Oh, that's Josiane. Yep, that was so sweet, Tim. Hold on. Where did Kendi K go? Oh, there we go. Hey, Kendi K. I was looking for you. I was seeing everybody saying hi to you. Let's see. Hold on. Let me scroll down and get some more comments really quick. Everybody's saying hello. So Jude says, I got 3 months, 15 milligrams tirzepatide for 1/15 a month. Wow. One-time deal from Give Me Care. That's amazing. Oh, and I was just watching somebody's video about getting like gray market stuff, which is not something that I advocate. It's not, I'm not going to, it's not something I can condone, but it is your personal choice. And I'm not going to judge someone for getting something gray market, but the video was about how so many people are getting things tested now, and how there's so many fake products out there now because the market's just there. Everybody's realizing how much money they can make. So they're kind of starting to flood the market with fake products. So just be mindful of that for anyone that is using products that they're not getting from a licensed pharmacy, and the product that they're getting is not sanctioned by the FDA, like compounded or not FDA approved. Just be mindful of that there's starting to be a lot of issues with that. Well, hey, Tawana, nice to see you. Oh, I got to finish. I'm halfway through your Dragon. What is it? House of Dragon. I love watching that game. That's another game I can't wait to get on. Yeah, a ton of money. Self-pay would make me have titrated up so fast. Yeah. Oh, so we had a good discussion about like titrating up necessarily isn't going to make you lose weight faster. And that getting to the max dose isn't going to necessarily make you not lose weight in the future. So we had really good conversation with that. That's fine. My nieces and nephews call me TT all the time. Oh, TT, traveling T, how's your mom? Because when I talked to you, you said she was getting ready to have her procedure, and I didn't know whether you managed to go all the way home and had to leave her there. Can't wait to hear this info so much. I'm sorry, guys. I'm itching. I got into a food allergen today. I don't know what it was, but I have been itching. I noticed on your video without glasses, you could really see all the weight loss on your face. Yeah, I know. And like actually here, like if I hold still, you can see how like narrow my face was. And I had a photo pop up on my like memories from my Apple photos, and it was from Switzerland, which was like one of my bucket list trips. And oh my gosh, I was shocked. But you know what? Because I was in Switzerland, I was eating a lot of cheese, and I tend to have a systemic reaction to it because I'm allergic to the whey in dairy. And so when I eat a good amount of cheese, I do tend to swell up, and my face was so puffy. It was so crazy how much weight I had on my body and how like puffy I looked. Oh, so Vicki, you're going to be fostering a Savannah cat starting tomorrow for 3 months. I'm praying for you. They are crazy. Hopefully you are well versed in cats because they are crazy. Do some research because Savannah cats they're maniacs. I eat a tons of protein, and I try to have a strawberry Ensure Max protein every day, 150 calories, 30 grams of protein. Yeah. So it's really great, but don't forget your carbs, right? Like look, there's so many people that do, diets that limit one thing or the other, like they do keto, carnivore, some Atkins, some type of low carb, whatever, but not everybody needs that. So, so just make sure that you're getting your sugars in either from, whole grains or fruit, so don't forget about your carbs too. Amy, will I return to the quick pen? Probably not, because my hands are really small. And funny enough, like everybody that saw me at the conference was like, oh my gosh, you are really short. And I'm like, yeah, I'm 5 foot tall, but my hands are tiny, and I have to use 2 hands with the quick pen. I really need to hold it and then press the plunger down. The plunger is a little bit stiff and just takes a long time to go down. And honestly, I didn't feel that it was any easier than the vials. And also too, with the vials, if I need to just pick up and take a vial with me, I don't have to take the whole quick pen. So I think that makes it easier. So what is it about you don't need strength training? The Downsized panel last night mentioned it, right? So it's not that you don't need strength training. It is, there's a whole thing. Let me get the video out on that, because like it's not really a whole long explanation, but it's just, there's this misguided interpretation of muscle loss with the weight loss medications or weight loss in general. So it's really like we're looking at it the wrong way, and we need to remember that in our lean body mass is water and ligaments and tendons, and not just fat or muscle. Sorry, not just muscle. It's also water and tendons and ligaments and anything else in our body, organs. So there's like basically like the fat container, like the extra fat that we need to get rid of. And then there is skeletal bones, and then there's like everything else in your body. And so people are getting it twisted and like, oh, you're losing so much muscle on these weight loss medications, blah, 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 blah. Well, yes, we do lose a little bit of muscle because we don't need as much muscle to move our bodies because we're not carrying as much weight. But there is no scientific evidence that we're losing more muscle than we should be losing. So not that strength training isn't a good thing. It is actually a very good thing. But I have noticed that there are certain creators that are getting caught up in the muscle aspect of it and kind of torturing themselves about it when there's no scientific evidence that supports that you have to build muscle back because you're on a GLP-1 or you're losing weight. So that's kind of the gist of it, but I'll go over the whole thing. Once a week. Okay. So just be mindful of the fact that the pens shouldn't be out more than 30 days, and they're not necessarily supposed to be used more than 30 days, but you make your own decisions. You're an adult. You judge your own risks and do what you need to do for you. Hey, Candace. Good to see you. I forgot the cues. Thanks, Craig. I love the quick pen, so reach out if I can help. Yeah, it's just more that my hands are so small. And so actually Christopher Durham recommended there's a product on Amazon you can buy that you can slip the pen in it that gives you a little bit more grip, but the vials are the same price, so they're fine. Amy, if you're doing all the work, the room is compensation for the time. Totally fair. No judgment here, my friend. I'd do the same. Yeah. And then, depends on how many cabins I get. Maybe if I get a second free room, maybe I could have someone come with me that could help me organize, because I'm not an event planner. My brain is too scattered for that. And I don't know that I could do it all on my own. Grace, even if you don't need to strength train to lose weight, it is still good for you. Yeah, it's still good for you. You're still young, but as elder ladies, it helps you age. If you have, it helps you as you age if you have more muscle mass. Absolutely agree. And I highly recommend to anybody to watch the Honest channel. So it's about a Scottish woman and her parents that are in their 80s, and she got them on a strength training plan. And it's been going on for about a year and a half now that she's had them on this plan. And oh my goodness, like the benefits that it has, the things that it has done for her parents is amazing. Not only their movement, their stability, their strength, their endurance, but mental clarity. And it is really fantastic. So it's called the Honest channel, and it's on YouTube. So make sure you go back and kind of start from the beginning, where she's trying to heal her parents. Her mom has pretty severe, osteoarthritis or osteoporosis in her back, and she's hunched over and couldn't walk without a walker and was barely getting by. So it is very beneficial. Is it a requirement? No. So we really talked, every cabin might be full. However, true measure is of every bed is occupied. Yeah, right. I saw the first interview they did. It was great, wasn't it? Enough was such a great book. I hope everyone has read it. I haven't read it yet. And sadly, I didn't have it with me to get it signed. But oh my gosh, Dr. Ania is so tall. Like, you saw my photo, how far she was bent over. Biology and understanding the set point concept was so eye-opening. Absolutely. Us being blamed for our weight all the time. Oh, thank you, T. You can see my brain, like I should have written this down, turning blame and shame into care and compassion. And that's what we need to do. And we just need to educate people out there. Try not to have arguments with them, but just say, obesity is a disease, and it needs, for most people, we need to treat it with medication. No, it's fantastic. Absolutely. Working out isn't my favorite, but I never regret it. I always feel better after. And I want to lose weight while building a strong, healthy body, not one that's weak or flabby. Yeah. I mean, working out is great for you, but I have seen quite a few people on weight loss journeys on YouTube and Instagram lately, and Facebook, that are just so going hardcore working out that I'm worried that they're going to injure themselves. They're going to burn themselves out. They're going to physically harm themselves by having some other health event, by overexerting themselves, and that they're actually going to do more mental damage to themselves because they're not treating their food noise. They're not treating their hunger. They're not treating their set point issue. They're just listening to other people's bad advice about move more and eat less. Because, right, we all know, those of us who have the disease of obesity know for sure that moving more and eating less does not work for the majority of us. Now, some people it does, but it is a fight and a struggle that you got to be on top of 24/7. So using the medications is not a failure. It is a tool in our toolbox to help us lose weight. And I can't wait till I get to do the video about talking about what Dr. Ania had to say about the medications and her experience with treating patients and all of that good stuff. Oh, hey, Kim K, good to see you. Let's see. So, hold on, let me go down here. I'm so glad that you got to go. Feel you needed the recharge. I totally, I don't know. It was so energizing. And I don't know if anybody saw the live last night on the Downsized where they had other panel members, people that were there at the conference, like frankly, Michelle, Mayor Mindy, it's Darium, Dennis, I don't think has a YouTube channel or anything, but they're all fantastic people. I got to spend a good amount of time with them. They were fantastic. Lil Bell says, hi, Amy, been busy this summer. I was in Alaska for 2 weeks. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Alaska is an amazing place. I saw you last night on the live. I didn't get a chance to say hello because I was actually trying to get my stuff together for this. Hola, Tawana. I don't see her. Yeah, no, Tawana was in here really quickly. She may have popped out, but I saw her say hi. Amy is teeny tiny. She looks taller on YouTube. I know. I saw Kim and I'm like looking up. It was so funny. Just wait till you see the pictures of me with other people. My doctor keeps bugging me about strength training, I think because of my age. It's a really good idea. I mean, it's great. There are fantastic benefits to strength training, but do we need to beat ourselves up over it? No. And I think that was a good overarching theme, is that we need to stop with the internal bias, is what it's called. So we get a lot of external bias, and Dr. Robin Pashby gave the most amazing presentation, and that I'll do a video on that and go over that, but it was about internal bias and how, okay, we're healing by losing the weight, but we're not necessarily at the point where we are healing ourselves by stopping our internal self-talk and the negativity. Even things from like, oh, well, I don't want to wear sleeveless shirts because my arms are too fat. I don't want to put on a bathing suit and go to the pool because people are going to be staring at me. I don't want to wear shorts because I think my legs are ugly. I don't want to do this. I don't want to be in photos because I don't look good. Or I'm stupid or dumb or pathetic because I can't keep in a calorie deficit all of the time. Or, oh, I gained a pound and I must be the most terrible person on the planet. So really, she had such an amazing speech about how, we can mitigate like the external bias from other people, our doctors, our coworkers, our family, and things like that. But we also need to heal from the internal self-talk that we do to ourselves. And I think that really hit home for me because I'm my own worst enemy. And I really put myself down. And that's what I was just thinking about one day, like, I have a tendency, and I feel bad about this sometimes, but when I have multiple friends, like I may go to one and talk about like a situation with another. So some people see that as talking behind people's backs. And I get that, like, not everybody can tolerate that. And then one time my friend who doesn't really like it at all is like, oh, well, would you like to hear what we say about you? And I'm like, no, because I can tell you that I think twice as harsh about myself as anything that you have to say. And you're entitled to your opinion. You're entitled to talk to all of our friends about like whatever. But like, I don't want to hear it because I can tell you that, you think you're harsh on me. I am 10 times harsher on myself than you could ever be. So I think that's something we really need to heal from. I'm sure to keep things balanced, but moderation. This is the best gift Zepbound has given to me. No more emotional choices, now logical. Absolutely, because it works on your brain, because obesity is actually a problem with your brain. Like, we got to see all the scientific evidence of what they're talking about how like all of the hormones. Okay, so like GLP-1 and GIP are hormones in our body, leptin and ghrelin and all of this other good stuff. And these hormones are what drive us. They tell our brain. So I think ghrelin tells us to eat, and a lot of them, and like GLP-1s, I think, tell us that we're full and that we can stop eating. So all of these hormones go crazy in our body and then tell our brains what to do. So it is really out of our control because our biology is controlling it. Now, there are some people that can control themselves, and I have to say that I'm pretty good, like, at not overeating. I never struggled with binge eating disorder, but let me tell you, my brain was on binge eating. It wanted everything on the planet. So while I was able to control myself physically, which didn't matter, it didn't help. Even if I ate in a calorie deficit, didn't help. I was able to physically control myself, but my body didn't cooperate, but my brain was going all of the time. It was like torture the whole time. Just got here, start from the beginning and listening on chipmunk mode to catch up. Oh, I do that too, Patty, to catch up with people. People meet me and think I'm super tall. I'm 5'6" with high hair. You know what? I guess I need to do the hair to get me a little taller. I mean, 5'6" is pretty darn good there, Anissa. I just want to be 5'4". Margie says your hair pulled up looks great. Well, thank you. It's called Amy Needs a Shower. But I hurt my back again, folks. And I was going to shower this morning, but I hurt my back yesterday afternoon. I was too confident with getting off the toilet, which is so sad. I decided to get off the toilet. I was in a hurry without thinking and just totally wrenched it. So I've been sitting with an ice pack on my back the whole time. So Lil Bell says, I think people get too caught up in weightlifting and forget the occasional cardio to strengthen your heart, train to carry blood around your body. Absolutely. Absolutely. 55 watching and 20 likes. Oh yeah. So make sure you give it a thumbs up so this gets more out into the ethernet. We've actually got 68 people watching now, which I think is a record for me. So thank you each and every person who is out there watching. I greatly appreciate it. Yeah, and there's TT Trucker. It was so nice meeting him. Okay. Yeah, I do need a co-pilot for my cruise idea because I'm just awful at it. Hold on, let me get down. Ken DK says, is the conference marketed towards clinicians, physicians, etc., more so than people on a weight loss journey? No, it's marketed at everybody. So actually, it's kind of more marketed at the obese person, but there were actually a lot of clinicians there that were trying to get more education, that were trying to figure out how this whole obesity thing works, I guess you could say. So they just wanted to learn. And that's kind of like another big thing that I got out of the conference was how untrained our physicians are. And they did talk about that we kind of have to advocate for ourselves and we kind of have to train up our physicians and our clinicians and really teach them about the disease of obesity, because it's not like they're going around giving them more training on this stuff. And if they don't believe in it, well, it's really hard to get them to believe in it. So the theme of the day was, if you can't get your doctor on board, get a new doctor. You can't get the next one on board, get another doctor. You need to find somebody who's trained in obesity care. And that's not always easy to do because they're few and far between. And a lot of times insurance companies will not pay for you to see them. So that's really a challenge. But no, it was really aimed at everybody. Pammy Law 16 says, I took my third shot with the quick pen. I love it so much more than the single injector pens that you get with insurance coverage. I don't feel them go in at all. No, they don't. That needle is so tiny, you don't feel them at all. So I was supposed to actually trade someone for a single use pen because I wanted to try it. I didn't get a chance to do that at the conference. So I'm going to hit up one of my friends here that gets the single use pens that's on the same dosage as I, and see if I can try one. Really, Raquel? Oh, well, hello. Nice to see you. Thanks for popping in. The convention set the bar very high, didn't it? So Traveling T and I spent a lot of time together. She's a fabulous lady. Absolutely loved meeting her and loved hanging out with her. Her mom was a hoot. I'm so glad I got to meet them. But yeah, it was such good information. We were all just like, wow, 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 wow. So I really hope next year lives up to the hype. Tim says, I updated my photo, realized the one I had was from 15 years ago. It's still me. Oh, that's a great photo. At first I was like, is that the guy from, what was it? MySpace? Was it Ted or something? I don't remember. It's funny. She never said anything about strength training until I got on Mounjaro. I've been a senior for a while. Yeah, 6'7", Vicky, you're 6'7". Okay. Let's see. Hold on. I'm going to go a little bit down to the bottom. Oh, hi, Catherine. I'm from Sydney, Australia. We don't have these support groups here like you guys have over there. Well, then just keep watching us on YouTube because we love supporting each other on this platform. So far, it's the best out of all of them that I have been on. Now, there were quite a few TikTokers at the convention, so I'm sure you'll see some information come out from them, but we weren't allowed to technically film the conference, and I can't share anything. I can't share any if I did film, which I didn't. But if I recorded anything, I can't share that, but they will have it out on their website. They said probably 2 to 3, maybe 6 months. I can't remember. Everyone is saying that the quick pen. So I'm just using my syringes because I'm actually just getting really used to those. Yeah, I like the syringes better. So a bad back with cats is hard. Yeah, it's really scooping the litter box that is the struggle. Yeah, so that it can be a struggle. For back issues, I swear by my TENS unit. Oh, because I actually have nerve damage, I can't use a TENS unit, which is sad because I did actually damage my spinal cord and my sciatic in the accident that I had. Dr. Ania said the medicine is not designed preventative care. Did she? Interesting, because I know that I asked her about when in one of the forum the first night, I had asked her about like, where do we see this? Like, is this something we're going to put in our toolbox when we start obesity or when someone's overweight? Are we going to put this in our toolbox and just start people on it before their weight gets out of control? So I don't know if that's really preventative care. Say if someone's like 5 or 10, 20 pounds overweight, and they've got food noise really bad and they can't control themselves, like, is that preventative, or do we have to, reach like a BMI that doctors are going to say that we have to be at before they'll prescribe it? So you have a new vial for each dose? Yes, ma'am. So they're just the little teeny tiny ones. You've seen them in the photos. So if you look at the last video, I have just a little teeny tiny vial. So I get a new vial. It comes in a little small box of 4. I'm trying to think, one of the videos I did, I actually showed the box. And the box is like 10 times bigger than it needs to be. So Lil Bill says, fingers crossed, October, that my Caremark coverage returns. I had coverage before they dropped Wegovy, pushing out 40 days. I had to backstop to not pay more than necessary out of pocket. Oh, fingers crossed. Yeah, maybe one day. Someone said that might come back on Caremark. The sad thing is my employer doesn't have obesity coverage for anything. No surgeries, no pills, no shots, no nothing, because it's a separate rider that they'd have to pay for. And I kind of got it in a little tiff with the HR director because she's like, well, we don't carry anything that the state doesn't require us to carry. And I'm like, could you just get a price for it? And I know that seems like harsh that I'm like snapping at her, but I guess because of my position in the company, like, I kind of have a little bit more privilege in speaking with her than like if I were just like a standard employee. So I'm like, just get a freaking price. I mean, what is it going to hurt to just price it out? Oh, but then we'd have to carry this and we'd have to carry that and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, is anybody else asking you for that? No, I'm asking you for something to cover my disease because right now our insurance is not covering my disease. So we had a little go about that. Good evening, Brian. Hi, how are you? Just losing a battle with my wife. Neighbors have puppies, and now we won't have one in about a month. Well, good luck to you, Brian, because puppies and kittens, woohoo, are a handful. So Vicki Lily says several people from England have over for the cruise and the OAC. Yep, they have. I think her term healthcare is not designed. Oh, healthcare. Yes. Healthcare is not designed for preventative care. That is correct. It's really, really not. Have a great night. Oh, well, thank you, Tim. We'll listen to the rest later. I have to meet friends for sushi. Oh, I'm jealous. I wish I could eat sushi. That would be fantastic. Have a great week, and we'll see you on the replay. You're going to love that, Brian, or at least it will love you. Yeah. Yeah, traveling medical insurance system isn't designed for preventative, is what she was saying. Yeah, absolutely. I'm wondering, how did you exchange it for a pen? Too bad we aren't on the same dose. Oh, so I have a friend who takes the single dose pens. So I was just going to barter with her with a vial. So yeah, so they're individual. Brian's like, I already have a dog and 3 cats, and yes, I'll probably love it. Yeah, I've got 3 cats. I wish you could see. Hold on. I always keep a TV tray next to me, but look what has curled up on my TV tray. Malibu. He is just glued to me since I've been home, and he's sound asleep, just being there. It's not harsh. She can just check. Yeah, it's like the problem is she is thin. She's probably bordering on maybe a pound or 2 underweight, which is not a judgment, but I don't think she has ever struggled with the disease of obesity in her life, because I've eaten many a meal with her, and she eats whatever that she wants. And so it's really hard for someone to understand. And I had to have a talk with her and the owner and be like, hey, like, this is a disease. There's nothing that I cannot move more and eat less. Like, I have a disease of the brain and I have to take medication to fix it. And, my life was in jeopardy if I had not started this medication. It was really in jeopardy. I was suffering so badly. By the time I started the medication, my legs were swelling. I was getting what's called venous insufficiency. My heart was not be strong enough to pump enough blood in order for my blood to move enough. So I was getting leaking out of my veins of the plasma. I was having really bad heart palpitations. My sugar level was starting to get high. I think I was just hitting like 5.6 on A1C. So I had to have it. Amy, did you ask what exercises they would suggest and others do who have physical challenge? No, they didn't go that far into it. They didn't like go into detail of like what we should do, but just moving and, obviously light resistance training is not going to hurt anybody as long as they find someone that can help them do it in a safe manner. In the world of office characters, don't be a Toby. Oh, funny enough, my cat Kevin, you can't see him. Is he? Hold on. He is in the chair. My cat Kevin is named after the office character Kevin, the little girl that had him at the rescue organization that named him that and begged me not to change his name, so I didn't. But Kevin really fits him. Oh, you are pet lovers, Brian. Oh, sweet Malibu. He is such a sweet boy. 71. Oh, yeah, I know. 71. Can you believe it, Anissa? It is crazy. Okay, now that I've gotten to the bottom of the comments, and it's like a freaking hour in already. Oh my gosh, people. So I'm going to take the comments off the screen. So I'm not ignoring you all, but it is time to do show and tell. So let me do some media assets here. Hopefully this works just fine. Okay, so if you did not see my members only video, hold on. What are we doing? I don't know what we're doing. Can we just, thank you. Oh my gosh. So here is my seatbelt. Look at that. I've got like 3 inches on my seatbelt, folks. It's so crazy. And I was sitting in the first row because I ended up paying $50 to upgrade myself to sit in row 1. Now, it wasn't business class. It was just the front seat. And they have like these really thick padded seat belts on one side, and then actually the seat has a hard plastic on either side, so you can't touch the person next to you, which is great. So when I was when I was at my full weight of 304 pounds, I always paid extra for that seat, so I would be assured I wasn't touching somebody. But those seat belts are a little bit shorter and harder to put on, but I was like shocked that I didn't have a problem with it. And then I bought these pants. Okay, y'all, Amazon. They said they fit up to a size 18, and I wear an 18. But oh my gosh, they were so tight. I thought I was going to have a blowout. So I had to wear like bike shorts under them. And I was just like praying that I didn't like split them because they were like children's sizes. That's why you just don't buy stuff on Amazon. And then this is Dr. Ania. So Dr. Ania Jastreboff, if you don't know her, she's 50 years old and looks stunning. Sorry, fangirling. So she's an adult and pediatric endocrinologist who specializes in obesity medicine and weight management. And when you read her book enough, she goes into why she started this. And it was because she had family members who suffered from the disease of obesity, and she wanted to figure out why, and she wanted to be able to help them. So she is the director of the Yale Obesity Research Center, which they call YWAIT. And she's also an assistant professor of medicine endocrinology for adults and pediatrics at Yale School of Medicine. And she wrote the book Enough, which does have contributions from Oprah as far as like personal contributions, which so far I'm only a little bit into it, like 10% into it. And I can so relate with Oprah's struggle. And she has a lot of internal bias going on all of the time that led to her to being so miserable when she was overweight. Now, one thing I want to point out too about Dr. Ania is she led the clinical trials for tirzepatide, and she's currently leading the retatrutide trials. And I'm going to pronounce it retatrutide because she pronounced it retatrutide. Now, there was 2 other doctors there that pronounced it retatrutide, but she pronounced it retatrutide. So that's what I'm going with. Yeah, Lil Butterfly. Yeah, she's 50. She looks like 25. She's 50 years old. Oh my God. She was amazingly generous with her time. She signed pretty much everybody's books. She spent an hour with the Downsized at like 9:30 at night after her session on Thursday night. Then on Friday night, after the dance, we had like a kind of like a costume party, and she was wearing a beautiful blue dress, like the color of the ocean. And then she stood and talked to us for an hour and chatted, and we talked about all kinds of things. And like one of the real big things we got out of Dr. Ania was that if you get stuck on tirzepatide, semaglutide, any of the other medications, you need to not blame yourself, because the medication, as she says, is what controls the scale. So, okay, maybe you're eating right. Maybe you're getting enough movement. You're getting enough sleep. You're getting enough liquids in. You're getting enough water, but the scale's not moving. Go back to your doctor. Go back to your obesity specialist and see if they can add in another existing medication that will then get the scale moving again. She said that before tirzepatide was released, that she would sometimes have a person on every single weight loss medication in combination to get them to lose weight. She said she had multiple people lose over 100 pounds by having them on all of the medications, because sometimes it really does take a combination of medications to get it done. So just because you stall doesn't mean you're actually doing something wrong. Because it's really the medication that allows you to lose weight. Obviously, she said that it is very beneficial for your health to make sure that you're eating a healthy, nutritious diet and that you're getting in exercise, whatever way that you can, and that you're, getting your sleep and you're getting your water in. But it's not the end all be all of this. So I see Vicki Lily's asking, do you want to try Retta? I do, with caution, because I'm concerned about the glucagon agent that will drive your hunger. And that's what we're seeing in people who are taking it on the gray market, is that they're saying that it was driving their hunger. But it could be because maybe they didn't really have retatrutide. But I've heard another doctor say that, well, maybe we need to do retatrutide and then pair it with a small dose of separate tirzepatide as well. So I guess we'll see, but I'm actually really more interested in the eloralintide that they're getting ready to research. And I see Linda Montemayor says, I've had constipation real bad with tirzepatide. Okay, Linda, let's have a chat. You don't need to suffer with constipation when you're taking these medications. Get ahead of it. There are plenty of things out there to take. The Downsized recommends Mago 7. I recommend Calm, CALM. If you look in the video description of this, I've got a link to my Amazon shop, and it is available in powder form, and you just take the recommended dose every day. And I have never had constipation on this medication, except when I forget to take my magnesium. Some people use Miralax. Some people use fiber. I don't personally recommend using a laxative that is a stimulant, because then your body can become used to that and then maybe not respond at all when you stop taking the stimulant medication. So you just need to try them. Also, talk to your doctor to see how some of these play with your medications. I know with my metoprolol, I have to take it at least 2 to 4 hours before, because it can have an interaction with it. It can cause my blood pressure to drop. And I actually made that mistake. Was it earlier in the year when I ended up going in the emergency room, and it ended up being that my blood pressure was so low because I was taking the magnesium too close to my other medications. So just be aware of that. Yeah, and then if you can't get any relief from anything that's over the counter, then talk to your doctor, like Lil Bell is saying. Vicky says, I use Cheerios and sourdough. Okay, so back to photos here. So let me show you some photos. So this is Lorraine and Christopher Durham from the Downsized. So Lorraine is posing as per usual. So this was actually their meetup that they had. I think it was 4 p.m. on Saturday, because the conference went Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So this was 4 p.m. And you can see TT Trucker in the background, and frankly, Michelle and Idea over her shoulder. And then this was our group photo. And I'm not sure why they posted the one photo where I wasn't looking. They weren't telling us when they were taking the photo. But you can see Dennis furthest to the right, and then traveling T in the white dress. And then in front of her is Twan. So Twan came out for this. And then TT Truckers there in the back. Christopher Durham and Lorraine are kind of right in the middle. A lot of these people don't have YouTube channels, but there is me in the blue and white dress. And then right beside me is Gina from Anchor Moments. I'm trying to see if there's anybody. Oh, it's Darium. He's in the very back. Right beside, like 2 over to the right. So right beside Twan is It's Darium. So Lynn, who is standing kind of in the middle, her husband Jay was taking the photos for us. And then let's see who else I got. Okay, so this is me and Barb. There we go. So Barb and I, the metabolic midwife. Now Barb, everybody say really good prayers for Barb right now, because she is in the hospital. And I'm very glad that she's in the hospital. She was having some really bad heart symptoms. And I'm like, Barb, like, don't wait. You can't wait for your doctor to get off their butt, because I sadly had a friend die because she didn't get treated fast enough. And she was exactly Barb's age when she died. She had started passing out. She had gone to an emergency room on vacation, and they're like, blah, we don't know what's wrong with you. And then she came home and went to a doctor and didn't get any resolution. And then like a week later, she went into cardiac arrest. So I'm like, Barb, like, you got to go get seen. So I'm so glad she went to the hospital. And there's Taveri, so TT Trucker. You can see he's actually leaning over because he's quite a bit taller than me. And then we've got Jess. I think her name is Jessalyn, but I don't think she has a channel. And then Julio from Riding the Tide. I know quite a few of you actually watch his channel, and he had some great t-shirts. So the whole, like, he had the t-shirts with the what do you call it? Like the Gila monster on it. So, they ended up discovering the GLP-1s because they were studying why the Gila monster could go without eating for so long. And they're like, oh, well, let's study this animal. What about this? And what about that? And they decided to study its saliva. And then they found a protein nearly identical to GLP-1 in its saliva. And it turns out that was the key for its appetite control. So we can thank the Gila monster for that. Now, do they put Gila monster venom in the medication? No, folks, they don't. But that's the story of how they discovered the GLP-1s that they needed to use for humans. And then here is, sorry, I'm cracking up with these, because if you can notice, myself in the front, and then it's Darium behind me, and then Lorraine from the Downsized was photobombing, and then she photobombed Frankly Michelle. Now, I don't really think Frankly Michelle posts that much. Her name is Michelle Frank, but her handle, like if you type these handles that I've got in here directly into YouTube with the app, their channels will come up. But then you can see Lorraine in the background photobombing. She was so funny. And then we've got Sandy from GLP-1 One Teacher's Journey. She's got a newer channel. She's lost a ton of weight. And she's doing fantastic. And then Jamie Selzler, if anybody knows Jamie, I know he's on TikTok too. Fantastic person. Oh my gosh, like the best person ever. I was like fangirling meeting him. And he is really tall. I think he's 6'5". So that just makes me look really short. And so if anybody is interested in going to the conference next year, it is going to be at this website address, ymconvention.com. So it's Your Weight Matters. Next year, it's in New Orleans from July 22nd through July 24th, 2027. I told Becky, oh my God, Becky, I haven't seen her on tonight, but I told Becky that they do have a scholarship program, and they will be releasing it. So if you cannot afford your hotel or conference fees, they will have a scholarship program. Obviously, you have to apply and be approved. I don't know that they help you get there, but you can always reach out to the community and see if anybody has a way to help you get there. Also, if you don't get approved for the scholarship program, reach out to people in the community that say they're going and see if they are willing to share their room with you. So just think about that. Like if you're considering going, it really had so much great information. Okay, I'm going to scroll back to some of the comments. I got some of them. Let's see. Okay, so I think I'm going to start down here. TT Trucker, was she there Saturday when I got there? Are you talking about Dr. Ania? No, she was not there. Oh, hi, Mounjaro Journey with Pam. Yeah, Dr. Ania left very early Saturday morning. So she did stay for Thursday, Friday, and then she left out on Saturday morning. But we were shocked that she actually stayed and Friday and really hung out with us. She attended some of the sessions. She talked to a lot of people. She is so beautiful, like she, inside and out. Like you put her in a, like, I think I made a comment about like you put her in a room of stars and she's going to shine brighter than any of them, because just her, I don't know, like when you talk, she's one of those people. And my friend Denver, the one that actually died was having the symptoms similar to Barb's. When you talk to her, you just felt like you mattered. Like, I don't know what, it's hard to describe, but when you meet a person like that, when you talk to them and you feel like you matter and they care so much about what you have to say, it's fantastic. Okay, so Linda says, I was on it for 3 months or three months. Yeah, so Linda's saying that, yeah, so she tried all of the things. So maybe you could talk to your doctor and see if there's something else that can help you. Hey, Patty, nice to see you. Let's see. Linda, you can speak with your doctor or nutritionist. Would need to know more about your eating, your supplements, and your hydration. Absolutely. So maybe a doctor can help you. So you have spoken to the doctor. So Reddy says, I've stopped hiding my fat arms. Yeah. I mean, because at the end of the day, like people, most people don't even notice. Most people, if they make the judgment, it's internal in their head. They're not going to say anything to you. So be comfortable, learn to be comfortable in your body. And I have done that too. Like when I was on the cruise recently, like I put on my swimsuit and I got in the hot tub and I didn't think anything about it. I was not embarrassed. Except that my bottoms were a bit too big and they're about to fall off. And so I need to get smaller swim bottoms. But yeah, just when you start doing things out of your comfort zone and then realize nobody's really paying that much attention, then you start becoming more comfortable with yourself. So it really, really helps. For constipation as a cancer nurse, we teach the 3 F's: fluid, fiber, and feet movement. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so Linda says, I don't eat a lot of fiber. I mainly eat proteins, veg, and some fruit. So you do get a little fiber from the veg and some fruit. You know what? I think I threw my wrapper away, but I try to eat a fiber 1 bar every day. I try to have my calm every single day. Sometimes I do have to back down on my calm because sometimes it works a little too well. So I do have to be careful with that. But yeah, like maybe add some fiber gummies. You know, add fiber in other ways, just try not to overdo it. I do have to say, when I first started using the Fiber One products, I had such bad gas. It was just not even funny. But after continually eating them over time, it finally went away. Oh, well, thank you so much, Jude. I really appreciate it. Oh, thank you. Let's see. We're praying for Barb with speedy recovery. Yeah. I know that she released a short today saying that they weren't going to do anything today, but hopefully they'll do something tomorrow. Maybe she'll get a pacemaker and help keep her heartbeat in check, which would be really, really great. Yeah, praying for Barb. Yeah, wow. I really hope everything turns out okay, right? She's worked so hard and come so far that I know, like, it's killing her not to be able to walk and do the things that she wants to do, because she put all this effort into losing 298 pounds, and now she's sidelined with heart issues. But we all know that if she didn't lose that weight, she wouldn't be here today, because she wouldn't be surviving this issue. So that's the positive side. Original cherries have been perfect for me. Perfect amount of fiber and it's low calorie. Yeah, I just can't do, for me, like, I used to love Cheerios, but I can't really I don't do a lot of carbs, like the bread and cereals and pasta anymore. I have such a hard time with. Great conversation, Amy. Listening while I put on my boneless chicken thighs for the next few days. Kevin, LOL. That is hilarious. Yeah, Kevin is funny. Yeah, definitely consider looking at fiber choices. Yeah, best of luck, Linda. Great pictures. Thank you so much. You capture Lorraine's personality and totally. Yeah, if anybody watched the live last night, you totally get the rain bounces off the walls a little bit. It's so funny. Christopher's just busy rolling his eyes. Yeah, wishing Barb all the best. I really hope she gets better. Let's see. Something from the convention. Nikki said you don't need permission to take up space. Yes, thank you, T. Don't apologize. You don't need to explain anything to anybody. Yeah, they had such good advice. And I'm going to go back through all of my notes and try and put together like a video, like per kind of segment, just to kind of do a quick 10-minute synopsis of each meeting that I went to. So Lil Bell says, how do you feel about your mobility with weight loss? I was so happy for myself to be able to do all the activities like hiking and cross-country trekking in Alaska. Okay, girl, I ain't that great, but because I still have 118-ish pounds to lose. But so much better, like putting on a bra easily by just doing it in the back and be able to undo it in the back. Washing all of my body parts with no stress and strain on my back, because I have a pretty bad back injury. Being able to paint my toenails, to trim my toenails, to sit on an airplane without a seatbelt extender, to not be hitting the steering wheel with my stomach, to be able to easily get in and out of my car. One of my member videos recently was I walked 3/4 of a mile home from the metro station and down a decently steep hill. And I did it with a backpack on that probably weighed 15, 20 pounds and my luggage. So definitely, I feel overjoyed, but I still have a long way to go, because when I was on my last cruise, there were still things that I couldn't do. Some of it was not eating right, not getting and taking some medication that was making me dizzy. Also the heat. It was really, really hot on our vacation. So I still have a long way to go. So Jen says, from JC Calamity Jane says, traveling tea, check out the book Confidence Code. It speaks to the same philosophy. Oh, that is good to know. Yes, I gave my friend my Fiber One bars and left work early. Teachers cannot be gassy at work. I felt so bad. Oh my gosh, I know, right? So I started taking them at night, and then, then if I had gas in the middle of the night, it was fine. But after I was eating them for probably about 2 months, it all went away, and I don't have an issue now. It wasn't a GLP-1 convention. It was an obesity education, advocacy, and support. Yeah, so they did have people there that had only had gastric bypass. They did have people that didn't have any medical intervention. Then they had people who had gastric bypass and were on GLP-1s. And then they had people that were just on GLP-1s. They had clinicians, they had healthcare providers, they had everybody. So it was really great. Yeah, I hear you on the constipation. I used to have it bad. The key is to be consistent. Absolutely. Consistency is key. The reason Cheerios worked for me, I was over fibering myself. It was like adding cars to backed up traffic. Yeah. And that's true. Like, you can sometimes do too much fiber, but you still, you got to solve the traffic jam in front of everything else, or you're going to have some issues. I still need to get a hold of the doctor. You provided the name for traveling tea. Remind me of which one. Remind me of which one that I was talking about, and I will let you know. Oh, you know what? While we're here, let me do, hold on. So she was recon for me, Amy. Dr. Michael Klein, another great presentation. Oh, yeah. He did have a really great presentation. Hold on. Oh, that was for traveling tea. Okay. Yeah, she paid a lot more attention than I did, or she just has a better memory than I do, which is probably true. Everybody has a better memory than I do. Okay, so for weigh-in, since we're all gathered here. So I did a video for 74 for week 81 and shot 74. I didn't do a live, which I normally do, and I can't remember if I had my slides. But if we're talking about the Saturday that I should have weighed in at the conference, I did not weigh in. I tried to, but the scale ran out of paper, so they couldn't do it. So I'm just calling it even. Now, I have been on the scale, and I had gained quite a bit of water weight, but it's really coming back now, and I'm pretty positive that by the time I get to Saturday, that I'm going to be 236 again. So I'm still down 68 pounds, which is great. Oh, hold on. I'm doing this. She can't see me. So I'm still down 68 pounds. And stats first. So if you all are new here, why can I never get, there we go. I can never figure this one out. So I'm 5 foot tall, and 5 foot tall even, 52 years old, single with 3 cats. I have the disease of obesity, sleep apnea, and I couldn't fit on there, Hashimoto's. I finally got my endocrinologist again to agree to test me for it again, because I pulled out some old lab work and said, here, lady, here's my thyroglobulin that's in the 400s. I think it was like 480, and it's supposed to be no more than like 80 something. And so I'm like, here, like, do we need to retest this? Like, what are we doing? Because she's really questioning whether I have Hashimoto's or not. But my primary care says, like, when you get a thyroglobulin like that, that doesn't really come down. So, like, there's no need to retest it. But my endocrinologist endocrinologist is going to retest for some very specific markers in that. So currently I'm taking 15 milligrams of Zepbound, self-pay through Lilly Direct, and I am using the vials. I still have 2 quick pens in the fridge that are 12.5 milligrams, and I'll hold on to them. I've got like a year and a half on the expiration date. I'll probably use them at some point. And so I started this journey January 1st, 2025 at 304 pounds, which is insane. So I do have like an intermittent goal to try and get to 199 by January 23rd, not 28, Amy, I put that wrong, 27. And I'm at 236 now. So that's 35 pounds. And I've got August, September, so August, September, October, November, December, and part of January. I don't know why that I can't do that. My body will say otherwise, but that's my goal, to lose like 36 pounds in 5.5 months. Like, I don't think that's outrageous. My body always has different ideas. But I am going to follow Dr. Ania's advice. If I'm doing all the things and I get stuck again after a couple of weeks, I'm going back to my endocrinologist, and I already warned her that I'm going to come back to her if Zepbound gets stuck for me again, that we should try and to add in another medication. She wasn't too keen on that, but I think it gave her food for thought. Okay, so for my step count, so while I was away at the conference, so there were a couple days here. Sunday was a rest day for me. Monday I hadn't left yet. I was just doing chores around the house, and I got almost 5,000 steps. Tuesday was a travel day. I got a little over 5,000. Wednesday was a rest day with my stepmom. We stayed home. And then I did pretty good. So I don't have my Sunday on here, which I got a lot more steps. But I think for just being in a conference and actually sitting on my butt most of the day, I think I did really good, because lately I've only been doing about averaging about 2,000 steps a day. Because if I look at the week before, you can see that I only average 3,000 steps a day. My goal is to get that to 7,500. But you know what? I can only do what I can do, and I will get there eventually. And then for my calories, my goal is to lose 1.5 pounds per week. So I have cut down my calories a lot, and I'm trying to stick to 1,200. I am tracking now so that I'm back from the conference, but it's been between 1,500 and 1,400 calories per day, and which I feel guilty about, but I shouldn't feel guilty about it. But that's just what my body is wanting. 1,200 calories when I started it was really tough. I was having really bad hunger. So I'm hoping that I can get back down to that, because I really just want to get that 36 pounds off. And it's just because I'm going to a family wedding, so I'm going to be seeing all of my relatives. Most of them haven't seen me in a really long time. And I just want to do it for me. I want to show up under 200 pounds. And there shouldn't be any reason that I can't do that, because I'm not asking my body for an excessive amount of weight to lose. So fingers crossed that I can do it. Yeah. Thank you, Anissa. I really hope I can. What is 123.28? It's actually 123.27, and it is a wedding. My oldest nephew, who is 20. He's going to turn 30 at the end of next year. So he's going to turn 29 in December of this year. I can't believe it, because I was actually married to his uncle before he was even a thought. Like, my ex-husband's sister is 2 years younger than me, and we went to the same high school. So I knew her in high school, and I started dating her brother when she was in high school. I had already graduated. Some speakers were really fast. Yes, they were. You still lost. Yeah. So I'm at 68 pounds down. I can't wait to get to 70. Oh, I need to do, for those of you, because I've probably got a lot of new people. Let me do my photo. Hold on. Yeah, so there we go. So there is my 300-pound photo. I had started dieting by the time I got on this cruise. I had taken 1 shot of Zepbound, and I took another as soon as I got off the cruise. So that was my 300 pounds. And then this was the same blue dress at 244 pounds. But I have to say that in the last 10 pounds, that there's such a bigger change in my face. It is amazing how much thinner my face is looking in just the last 10 pounds. And I don't know if it's because I've gotten inflammation down or what is going on. Amy, I was doing Lilly Direct. I used Amazon Pharmacy and got single dose pens for $4.99. Yeah, so I get them for $4.49. Oh, for single use pens? Oh, I didn't know you could get that because I tried to get you single use pens from Lilly Direct and they said, no, ma'am. Yeah, the hotel was huge. Actually, my hotel room was huge. And yeah, the conference space was big. And every time I used the bathroom, I tried to use the bathroom that was out in the lobby instead of the one that was in the conference center. Yeah, 36 pounds is doable. I hope so. I hope I got this. Yeah, TT Trucker, that is great. I'm 29 pounds from Wonderland, and it hasn't been there in 40 years. So it's been about 10 years since I was under 200 pounds. It doesn't seem like it was that long ago, but when I look at the time frame, it has been that long. So in 2013, I had lost 80 pounds and I got down in early 2014. I got down in the 170s right before I had back surgery and then right before my life kind of blew up. So right before my mom died, right before my grandmother died, right before I lost my job, my cat, my relationship, I got divorced and had back surgery, all that good stuff. So yeah, thank you so much, Patty. So, okay, well, I have kept all of you incredibly too long, but thank you so much for hanging out with me, and be on the lookout for some of the videos about the conference and each individual speaker and really the message that they were portraying to us, because I really feel empowered. I feel comforted. That's kind of a weird way to put it, but I am slowly getting to the point where I'm accepting that this is not my fault. My obesity is not my fault. It's not my fault I can't control my eating. Even if I'm taking medication, sometimes the medication doesn't work because all of us have different biology. Remember that we are all different. So what works for you won't necessarily work for the next person. And that it's not all about calorie deficit. It's not all about moving. It's not all about strength training. It's not all about the water you take in and sleeping. Do those things help? Do they promote your health? Absolutely. But it is not 100% about that. We got to fix our broken biology before we can get anywhere with this. So just keep that in mind, because you can be healthy fat. And previously in lifetimes ago, I was a healthy fat. Like I worked out, I ate right, I got my water, I got my sleep, but I was still overweight no matter how much I did. I went to personal training 3 times a week, but I couldn't get below 180 pounds no matter what I did. Nothing worked. So just keep that in mind. Yeah. So when you get to 199, we're going to have to do a virtual party. Yep. Oh, you know what? So I have another cruise that I need to put the flyers in here so I remember to promote it. So I'm going on a group cruise. Right now we've got about 100 people on the Carnival Celebration, February 14th. My birthday is the 18th. And I'll probably maybe have a birthday party, a Wonderland party, and try and do like a group dinner or something on the cruise. That would be great. That's a great idea. You're doing great, Amy. Thank you so much. Yeah, we'll have to do a Zoom party. Yeah, I've got StreamYard, so I can do 10 people. Like we could do like a private party. I can do 10 people on screen. I can have as many as I want, like listening, but I can only put 10 on screen at a time. But maybe we could do something like that. That would be great. So I want to thank you all for joining me and listening to me ramble for an hour and 28 minutes. You all are so fantastic. Thank you for supporting me so much, because you watching my videos is what really matters. And I hope that this content will support you in one way or another, and that the people out there in the comments really motivate you to keep on with this journey. So thank you so much, and I hope to see you again soon. Have a great time. Oh, have a great time. Jeez, Amy. Have a great evening. Have a great weekend. And I'll see you again soon. Oh, thank you so much, Kim. You are the best. Oh, I really enjoyed our time together. I'm so glad that you met me at the restaurant for lunch. That was so fabulous. So thank you so much for putting the effort into driving all that way to see me. It meant the world to me. So thank you so much. Have a great one, everyone.
She got sunshine dreams and a suitcase in